Oh, that's real good.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel Penny Lesson. We talk about everything finance, from tips on making money and proper investing to news about the different economies and situations affecting the global markets. The goal of this channel is not only to teach you how to be more financially responsible but also to teach you how to be more aware of global events. So why not just sit back and relax while we tell you what's happening in the finance sphere? Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be constantly updated on my latest videos. Remember, one penny lesson a day keeps being penny less away. 100,000 Chinese had bank deposits frozen. ATM withdrawals were denied to depositors. When they couldn't withdraw their own money, people panicked. A 10-year scheme froze the bank. Protests against the bank freeze have garnered traction on Chinese social media, although CCP attempts to contain them. Although only 5 banks were frozen, the Chinese government says hundreds more are in danger. After the bank protests went viral, anger was widespread. A recent government property discussion revealed several concerns. 300 million square feet of construction is halted. Local governments are broke. 200 to 300 billion yuan property fund is rumored to be insufficient. Sales of real estate are down 20%. 30% fewer projects are starting. China's mortgage revolts may be the worst. Chinese home buyers aren't paying their mortgages, so financial regulators are letting citizens stop payments $300 billion in unpaid mortgages. Bank freeze and mortgage boycott will have a cascading effect. 5 banks failed, spreading to 20, 100, in the entire banking sector. The Chinese banking system uses fractional reserves, like most others. The bank doesn't store depositors' $1,000. The bank will loan $900 and keep $100 in reserves to earn interest. The $900 borrower will buy goods and services. Someone else will make $900 from your spending and put it in the bank. The bank will lend $810 and keep $90. $810 lender will spend it. Someone will deposit $810 as income. The bank will lend $729 and save $81 in reserves. If this trend continues, it might increase tenfold. This process is called the money multiplier effect due to repeated lending. The case money supply started at $1,000 and increased to $10,000. Multiplication alone created $9,000. When everyone withdraws at once, the banks won't have the money they deposited. Banks make new money. Causing this, recent social unrest in China is a symptom of the Chinese economy's collapse, say global economists. Mortgage boycotts were expected. After years of hatred, poor management, and greed led to a boycott. Since housing expenses rose annually, Chinese residents were eager to buy any available property. People couldn't imagine home prices dropping. Like the 2008 U.S. catastrophe, people saved for years to buy a home due to escalating housing costs. Real estate makes up around 70 to 80% of Chinese family assets. Imagine saving for decades to buy one home. Younger generations in China encouraged this kind of behavior. Decades of buying sprees flooded the booming real estate market. Developers saw this as an opportunity to grow faster. This situation used pre-sale. Under the property pre-sale concept, buyers would make mortgage payments on incomplete homes. Indeed, home buyers paid mortgages on unbuilt homes. During the housing bubble, buying pre-sale properties made a lot of sense. Buyers expected housing prices to rise. They thought the price would increase after the property was finished. Home buyers accept the risk of buying during pre-sale to save money. According to the Chinese National Bureau of Statistics, pre-sales accounted for 34.5% of real estate development revenue. Developers would use pre-sale money to sell more pre-sale homes. This approach worked like a Ponzi scheme while housing prices rose. Pre-sale failed as consumers expressed skepticism. Developers' schedules usually contain completion dates. When developers fell behind, home buyers lost faith. They lacked the means to buy the properties because developers used pre-sale proceeds to offer more homes. In the past, they used recent pre-sales to fund earlier ones. Like a Ponzi scheme, fund managers pay off previous investors with new money. A Ponzi scheme can only succeed with regular new funding. A Ponzi scheme stops paying older investors when it can't attract new investors. The Chinese housing market collapsed. Pre-sold homes have been paid for, but builders lack the cash to finish them. Before the boycott, real estate companies often failed to deliver sold properties. According to Nomura Holdings, just 60% of pre-sold properties between 2013 and 2020 were completed. The bubble developed despite signs of a Ponzi scam. 900 buyers signed a petition in June 2022. Evergrande was the largest developer at the time. Fortune China 500 estimates Evergrande's annual revenue at $74 billion. $74 billion. Pre-sale homebuyers petitioned the community authority. Homebuyers asked Evergrande to start building within 3 months or halt mortgage payments. The big real estate businesses ignored the petition. Evergrande didn't know the movement would include 301 projects in 91 cities. The boycott began in Henan before spreading to Hunan, Hubei, Shanxi, and Hebei. Banks notify homeowners of late mortgage payments even if 3 months haven't passed. China's efforts to restrict the movement have only fueled its expansion. The outcry is unexpected because Chinese citizens have always paid off their mortgages. Banks can legally demand full payment. Residents can temporarily forego paying taxes against customs and law. This year, China has repeatedly lowered mortgage rates. The government lowered the 5-year prime rate in May 2022. The CCP has also increased developer finance. To battle inflation, print more money. When lending limits are lifted, developers will borrow more to repay obligations. With this management technique, incomplete properties won't be finished. Imagine if China stopped constructing. If buyers stopped paying on incomplete homes, $58 billion in loans would be lost. This worry will affect trillions of dollars in mortgages, say economists. After repaying bank loans, if any, a property development executive told Reuters, returning onshore and offshore bonds is difficult. After the Ponzi scam was exposed, property developers couldn't repay obligations. This would be tolerable under normal circumstances, but the Chinese government wields many swords. The Chinese government revealed Henan bank fraud. The CCP used deception to contain societal panic, but it worsened matters. President Xi committed to taking over Taiwan in his recent meeting with Biden. She promised Biden that China would preserve Taiwan's sovereignty and territorial integrity. This shows China wants to keep foreign companies away. Already visible results. President Xi's latest meeting with Biden promised to exert authority over Taiwan. She pledged to Biden that China would preserve Taiwan's sovereignty and territorial integrity. This shows China wants to keep foreign companies away. Already visible results. Even the Chinese are questioning their citizenship. Former Alibaba CEO Jack Ma just gave up management of Ant Group to recover his independence. Jack Ma has just started traveling across Europe. Not just Jack Ma. 10,000 wealthy Chinese likely to leave this year, valued at $48 billion. This means China is losing its rich folks like Russia. 15,000 wealthy Russians are trying to leave. This shift is happening despite huge institutional hurdles. Paperwork, visas, and government permission are barriers. Escaping China is not shocking. As the economy worsens, the housing market plummets. Evergrande, the world's most indebted developer. Evergrande failed its $300 billion debt restructuring deadline. According to bondholder sources, Evergrande hasn't yet started the business. Evergrande can't refinance. Who's buying? Who'll buy more homes? They can't raise money for them. No one believes their new pre-sale properties. China has many empty dwellings and a steadily falling population. China's population decline is due to family size regulations. In 1979, China's one-child policy limited families to one child. The two-child policy was adopted in 2016 because China's population was declining. China's population would undoubtedly decline due to the one-child policy. China has many issues, but if the government plays its cards well, they'll all be solved. The administration is turning toward a more socialist framework, which has historically hurt economic progress. Currently, the Chinese economy can't be saved. Chinese financial disaster is imminent. Increasing widespread unhappiness could lead to a CCP insurrection. Wow, was that news? Why not ponder it? Want to know the latest? Comment if you want more articles like this. This video is just one of many videos on my channel that brings you the latest news about the world of global finance and economics. So go hit that subscribe button if you don't miss out on content like these. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you again next time. Remember, 1 penny less a day keeps being penny less away. Cheers.